What is up, you guys? Today is the day that I'm finally teaching you guys my workflow to head tracking and motion tracking in Premiere Pro and After Effects. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do here is we're gonna make a quick little folder here. We're gonna call it 716 Nick Motion Track. Okay, we got that. And then we're gonna make another folder here for our project. We're gonna make another folder here for our footage. We'll drag our footage in here quick. We're gonna be tracking Connor McDavid today. And then we're gonna make another folder here for our exports, and then another one for our assets, and then another folder called AE, and that stands for After Effects. This is super important. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna open Premiere. What we'll do is we'll do new project. Call that new project 716 Nick Motion Track. Make sure we save it to our project file that we want it to go to. So boom, right there, boom, boom, create. So now we got Premiere going right here. We'll make a bin for our sequences. Another bin will get used for footage. That's where we'll dump our footage. And then we'll throw our assets in this folder. This is where we'll do our quick color on. Okay. So we'll start the sequence here. We'll call it 97 track. And then we'll do a vertical aspect ratio. Hit OK. Boom. So we got our sequence there. We're going to come back to our project right here. Open up our footage right there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look at our footage here. Obviously, this is ungraded. So we got McDavid right there getting ready to go. So we'll hit I for in, drag this in right here, and we'll do audio too, why not? Okay, a couple key things to keep in mind. When you're tracking, it is super important to stay as wide as possible. Have your subject in the center of your frame at all times. This clip was shot in 4K 120. What that is gonna allow you is the ability to punch in a little bit more than you normally would in your footage. So first things first, I like to at the very least, throw a Rec 709 on my footage just to kind of get an idea of what the coloring is gonna look like. So we'll do that quick. We'll put a Rec 709 on here, and then maybe we'll do a quick little S curve just to kind of get it somewhat where we want to see it. Yeah, somewhere in there is probably good. I like to bring my whites up a little bit. Okay, so now that we have our clip that we want to use in our timeline, we're going to right click on that clip. We're going to hit replace with After Effects. And we'll let After Effects open up here quick for us. We got After Effects open right here, and then a little window is going to pop up right here. What we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna wanna name this, probably give it the same name or something similar to the project file that we're working on. So we'll call it 716 Nick Motion Track 97. And then what we'll do is save this in the AE folder. That is so important. AE stands for After Effects. That's why I always just call it AE. We'll hit save right there, and boom, we have Connor McDavid in After Effects. Couple things here. Number one, when you're tracking, it is super important to have your subject or the subject that you're tracking in the center of your frame at all times, because you want to make sure you are leaving the most amount of room for you to do any sort of crops, any sort of keyframing, because what will happen, and you'll see this when we start to track, is the footage will kind of go, off. So you might see like a little checkered box that kind of comes up as we're going through this track. But right now, what we're gonna do is, since we already have Connor in here, we're gonna hit stabilize motion. And what we're gonna do is, we're gonna zoom in on Connor a little bit. So what we'll do is we have our box right here. There's one box right here that we can play around with. And then there's a box inside that box. We wanna try and make it about that big's pretty good, just to go over the head. You wanna find something that's easily trackable, something that maybe has a little more contrasty, a little more colorful. In this case, it's Connor's blue helmet. So we got our tracker on the helmet here. So now we're gonna come over to the play button right here, and we're gonna hit analyze forward. So we'll let that play out a little bit. Okay, we're looking good right there, track's good. I'm gonna stop it there quick, just to make sure all the track's good. So we still have the box around Connor's head here. It's looking good, okay? So we're gonna hit play again. Really keep an eye on this. So we got Connor pretty good in the center of the frame here. He's starting to go off, okay. Right here, he goes way off the rails. Not good. Okay, we're gonna undo that so we kind of get back a little bit. So we'll backtrack, okay? So we'll play that out again. Okay, now we see that's gonna happen. So we'll play, 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 play. And then as we're starting to see that it's slowly coming off of his head, and it's probably gonna go to our right. So there's this little tab right here to analyze the one frame forward. Boom, you can hit that, hit that, hit that, hit that, hit play. Okay, we're still going off the rails there. Undo that again. Let's do that, hit that a few times. Okay, something happened in here. Sometimes when you move your camera off of your subject for a little while, or maybe you don't fully stay focused on your subject, this tends to happen. That is totally okay, and it's easily fixable, but it's very tedious, so you have to be patient. So what I like to do is really undo that, hit it again, and what you'll see is the track is kind of overlapping right here a little bit. So what you'll want to do is bring it forward a little bit, hit that again, bring it forward a little bit. So the tracks aren't overlapping. You don't want these tracks to really overlap. I've seen some issues that happen in the past when I've tracked stuff, so you don't want to do that. You want to keep kind of that track going, and we're seeing it starting to kind of come back. So let's try and just keep that going, keep it going. And since I kind of let Connor go out of the center of my frame, I'm gonna skip a few frames here. So I'll jump a little bit ahead by dragging this out a little bit, and then I'll bring this box back over Connor's head. And boom, we're good right there. So now we'll hit play again. All right, so we're good. Connor is being tracked. That helmet's still being tracked, good. Oh, something happened there, okay. We got him tracked, good. Oh, something happened there. Hit play, play. Oh, keep him on track. Go about like right about there. Good, good, good. All right, now we're letting it roll. Letting it roll here. We can see Connor's eyes are coming up here. This is great, looking really solid. Our subject is center of frame, easy, okay? Keep that going, and make sure you're hitting that play button and stop button a few times, because if you let that thing play out, it's gonna be harder for you to go back to refer back to your tracks, at least from what I found. And if that's not the case, and maybe I'm doing something wrong here, please leave a comment. I'm no expert at this, and I will be first to tell you that. So if there's anything that I'm doing wrong here, please let me know in the comments, or if you have a suggestion, let me know. But we'll let this play out, we're letting it play out. Connor's looking solid, gaining speed here. His eyes are up, his head is up, he's moving. These crossovers are looking phenomenal. It's gonna look sick when this is done. And boom, he's got the puck now, is what it looks like. Okay, so we wanna keep this box on Connor's head. We wanna keep that going, keep it going, okay? It's looking pretty solid. We go a little out of focus here, but that's okay. That's why we pick a very contrasty area when we're tracking our subjects here. So we got Connor tracked here. He's looking pretty solid here, looking good. We might run into some issues right here, kind of coming up. Okay, we see this little camera, that's kind of in our way. So what we'll do is let's hit our analyze one frame forward button here. Okay, hit, hit, hit. We might be overlapping a little bit on this part, so we'll undo all of that. Hit, hit, hit right there. Okay, so we see this coming up. What I like to do, and some people like to go through and try and keyframe through this. I personally don't like to do this because sometimes it messes up the track, but some people can, what you can do is you can guess where Connor's head is gonna be while he's kind of going through this area right here. But in this case, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna skip ahead a couple frames just to get him away from that camera. And as soon as I see his head pop back out, I'm gonna put the tracker right back on his helmet. And I'm gonna hit play. Okay, it's kind of moving pretty quick there. So we'll hit that analyze one frame forward key there. Boom, 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 boom. We're overlapping a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, oh, now we're losing him. Okay, so now we gotta go back. That forward one more time, hit it again, okay. Get this on the track, on the right track. Okay, we're looking pretty solid there. Okay, now we're back on Connor's head. Okay, we got Connor still tracked, still tracked, still tracked. And boom. Puck in the back of the net. Right there, boom. We see that puck go right in. Okay, we still are on Connor right here. He's gonna turn his head. Still got him tracked. We're looking pretty solid here. Good, good, good. We're doing great. Uh-oh, we're starting to come off the rails a little bit. That's okay. We still got that side of the helmet there a little bit, so we're good. And boom. All right. We're still on his head. We're a little off the head a little bit, but we're still tracking what we want to track. All right. So if we're happy with that, we can go ahead here and hit apply to see what that looks like. And then you're going to get motion tracker apply options. Apply dimensions X and Y. We're going to hit okay, and we can let this play. So we'll hit our space bar here to let it play. Good, good, good. Connor's looking solid. Look at those. Look at that. Look at that crossover. Oh, something happened here. So we go back. If you guys remember earlier, I mentioned this little checker box you might see. That happens when, like, say if we go to transform here and we put our, say we want to go to like 90 because we shot this in 4K. Anytime you're tracking, it's important to stay as wide as possible when you're tracking your subject. That is super important because if you are shooting in 4K 120, like we are in this specific sequence, you're gonna have some room to punch in and kind of work a little bit with the frame you have. So you can do a little bit of keyframing here and there. So what I like to do is I usually like to kind of punch in around like the 125 area for the scale. And what I'll do is I'll run this back. And I really want to still, even when I go to export this, I really still want to keep my subject in the center right here. So play this out just a little bit here. We're looking good, we're looking good, we're looking good right there. Still don't really see that box, which is great. Okay, we're still, but we're ISO'd on Connor. So like we don't really see the puck going there, and that's okay because we're following Connor. So we're good there. So now the way to bring this back into Premiere, all you have to do is go up to File and you're gonna hit Save. And then you'll open Premiere back up. And then what you'll have here is, you'll have the name of your project file, the 716 Nick motion track, linked comp 02, 716 Nick motion track, whatever. Right click on that and rename that. We'll call it 97 track. And the reason you wanna do this is because Premiere has this weird thing where they don't, like it makes it, it just doesn't export videos if they have like backslashes in them and stuff like that. So avoid having like any backsplashes, periods, and all that jazz in there. So I like to rename the track, just easier that way. So now what we can do is now we can see what this really looks like and we can play it. So we got Connor tracked, boom, boom, boom. There he goes, there he goes, there he goes. The color looks somewhat good. I think we could fix that a little bit, but for now we're really focused on the track. So that is a super, super basic tutorial on how to motion track. If there's anything I missed or any questions you guys have, please let me know in the comments. Appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one.